أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إذا الشمس كورت وإذا النجوم انكدرت وإذا الجبال سيرت وإذا العشار عطلت وإذا الوحوش حشرت وإذا البحار سجرت وإذا النفوس زوجت وإذا الموءودة سئلت بأي ذنب قتلت وإذا الصحف نشرت وإذا السماء كشطت وإذا الجحيم سعرت وإذا الجنة أزلفت علمت نفس ما أحضرت. We're starting our 15th lesson, so we're halfway in Surah At-Takweer. This will be our lesson today, inshallah. إذا الشمس كورت, Surah At-Takweer is early Meccan surah, and they say is 7th in Revelation. So it's very early on. And these surahs, إذا الشمس كورت, إذا السماء انفطرت, ويل للمطففين, and إذا السماء انشقت, these are 4 surahs in one pair. Especially the first 2, it has lots of similarities. If you know it by heart, you'll get confused sometimes which surah you're reading, yeah? Because it goes similar ayats, it goes this sama, this what is it? وَإِذَا النُّجُومُ انْكَدَرَتْ وَإِذَا الْكَوَاكِبُ انْتَثَرَتْ. These are same thing, talk about similar objects in the sky. This is similar, as well as وَإِذَا الْبِحَارُ سُجِّرَتْ, and the other one is only one letter is different, فُجِّرَتْ. The meanings are very similar as well. And again, علمت نفس ما أحضرت in here, and in there is علمت نفس ما قدمت وأخرت. And both surahs starts from إذا, meaning takes oath on certain objects, and then it tells you the answer. So both surahs have lots of similarities. And the last surah in the pair. So what did you say? How many are there in a group? Aqib? Which one is the last one? إذا السماء انشقت. Okay, والمطففين is the third one. So the first and the fourth, it has unique similarity. In the first surah, this one that we're studying, it has 2 subjects going on, 2 main themes. One is about akhirah, the other one is qiyamah. And this one will, like I stopped. Where did I stop? In aliman nafsum ma ahdarat. Thereafter is fala uqsimu bil khunnas. So next subject starts from another set of oaths, basically, another witnesses that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brings. And the same thing is happening in the last group, in إِذَا السَّمَاءُ انشَقَّتْ. It starts from فَلَا. So same thing, they go 2 different themes going, and both starts from similar fashion. And there are other similarities, inshallah, that we'll do when we go further. There are a few hadiths with regards to this, which are important in a fashion, for a reason, because it reminds us of Qiyamah and how did it had effect on, like Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam informs us. He says, whoever wishes to look at the day of resurrection as if he is seeing it with this eye, then let him recite إِذَا الشَّمْسُ كُوِّرَتْ and إِذَا السَّمَاءُ فَطَرَتْ, Surah Infitar. So these 2 have been mentioned. And in a different hadith, it comes that from Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu, who said, Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu said, O Messenger of Allah, you have become grey, meaning go grey hair in your hairs. Yeah. So he said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I have gone grey from Surah Hud, that's one surah, Al-Waqi'ah, another one, Al-Mursalat, Amma yatasa'alun, and this surah, إِذَا الشَّمْسُ كُوِّرَتْ. In the information in here is too much. Yeah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives the image of Qiyamah that you can see with your eyes. As long as we are there and we really want to understand, you will be given sufficient lesson. Linking with the previous surah. Last portion of previous surah, it ends on the chaos of this human being itself. يَوْمَ يَفِرُّ الْمَرْءُ مِنْ أَخِيهِ وَأُمِّهِ. People running from each other, yeah? And that has been talked about. So one set of chaos has been mentioned, and in this surah is different. It starts from the chaos in the creation, other creation. What is happening when the Qiyamah comes in, other than the human being. Human being is happening at the end, but it's talking about the rest. It's talking about the sun, the stars, the ocean, mountains, and things like that. Yeah. So chaos in different types of creation. Both are the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but one was human being, the other one is the sama. And the one which we ended on in the previous surah, it is the ending part of Qiyamah, where the hisab is being done. Yeah. So this is like the end of Day of Judgment. Thereafter, people will be going to their abode, whether Jannah or Jahannam. But this is like the end part, and this one is right at the beginning. So this is the start. The other one was the ending. So that's how both the surah are coherent. In previous surah, in there, like we mentioned, yeah, لكل يوم يفر المرء من أخيه. People will be running away from each other. The human will be running away from each other. And in here, we will be able to learn that, what is it? وَإِذَا الْوُحُوشُ حُشِرَتْ. The animals will be running toward the humankinds. So you see, this is completely 180 change in the natural behavior of the things. Human beings, they like to be around people. Yeah, like the worst type of punishment a prisoner can get is that they are secluded from everyone, alone. Yeah, this is their worst punishment, when they are not around anyone. And if you look, people always like to be around other people. This is in the human nature. Yeah, you cannot survive and you cannot have a healthy life if you're not around people. And animals, look how they are far away from the human beings. You will be able to find lots of animals in the forest where there are less civilization. Yeah, so they want to be far away from the human being. However, there is 180 change. In the Qiyamah, the human will be running away from each other, and when the Qiyamah starts, the animal will be running toward the humans for their own safety and protection. Does that make sense? So this 180 change, and then every ayah, or like as we go along, you will be able to see there's 180 change in everything. The situation of the Qiyamah. Okay, previous surah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives a reprimand to those people who deny the Day of Judgment. Yeah, like Allah gives these rational proofs at the end that we mentioned with regards to the provision. So Allah gives a reprimand to the deniers of Day of Judgment. Now in here, Allah gives a reprimand to the same criminals, but those who deny the actual sources of it, meaning Quran. This is where you're going to learn about Qiyamah. This is where you're going to learn about Tawheed, and they deny that. So Allah gives a reprimand to those, but to the one who gives the actual source of it. The previous surah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala called Quran as tadhkirah, as a reminder. Kalla innaha tadhkirah. But is it for those people, the Arabs? Yeah, is it just for them? No. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tell you in here, it is in huwa illa dhikrun lil alamin. It is universal. It is for everyone. Does that make sense? If you take it, good. If you don't take it, Quran is not in need of you. Allah will find other people and give it to other people, like you have seen in the history that has happened. Yeah, look at the Khilafah. Where did it start? It was with the Arab, and then it moved on to other people, the Ajams. Why? Because they could not hold it on. Same thing. Look at where people are more in Quran. They want to implement Quran in their life. Where is it? Is it Ajam or Arab? Arab has knowledge, but not in the Awam, not in the Am. Yeah. There are problems that's going on. Okay. There are many other things, but just one last one. The previous surah, there was targheeb and high status of the Quran that has been talked about in the previous year. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about the malaika and so on. In here, Allah talks about the actual chain of it, the sanad, the way it came. It talks about Jibreel alayhi salam, it talks about Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So the actual chain that came to you, that it is strong as well. And that will come later on. And now the khulasa, yeah? Looking one by ayah to ayah. If you look at the ayahs, it will make sense, inshallah. First of all, there are 12 ahwal of Qiyamah. 12 different conditions. 6 of them, till ayah number 6, it's called waqtul ba'ath. No, it is qabl ba'ath, before the resurrection. Okay, so this is waqtul fana, when the things are going to be destroyed, or the first trumpet basically. When this is blown, everything will be destroyed. So this is happening till ayah 6, and then from 7 to 13, this is waqtul ba'ath, at the time of resurrection, which is the second trumpet. Ayah number 14 is the maqsad of qiyamah, the purpose of the qiyamah. Why the qiyamah is coming is for you to meet your a'mal. Ayah 15 to 18, Allah gives 3 different shawahid to affirm that Rasul and Quran is haqq, is complete truth. And from 19 to 21, Allah talks about the sanad of this Quran, and it talks about the first rawi, the first narrator, which is Jibreel alayhi salam. And Allah gives 6 different qualities of this malaika. Then the next is 25 to or 22 to 24, the second rawi, the one whom took it from Jibreel alayhi salam, Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam, or the first rawi in the malaika and the first rawi in the human being. Allah talks about him, and Allah gives 3 ahwal of Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam, 25 to 28. Yes, the chain is strong, but what about the message? Is the message has anything in it? Yes, Allah gives you that this message itself is. So Allah gave 2 sifat of that. And last ayah 29, Allah informs you His will. That all of that is under His Mashiach, under His will. If you Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted it to happen, it happened. And meaning everything that's happening, whether these are the situation of Qiyamah, whether these are the bringing of Quran revelation or the Malaika, everything that is, it is under the scope of Allah, it is under the will of Allah, meaning everything is in total control. So we said 2 themes, yeah? The first theme is Akhirah, Qiyamah, that is happening. So look at all these signs that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, these warning that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to you, and wake up. Yeah, these stages are coming, think where you are going. And the next is the Risala, the prophethood, فَلَا أُقْسِمُ بِالْخُنَّسِ till the end. And here basically Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking to these people, these mushrikeen of Mecca, who associated the message of Quran to be like the message of these soothsayers. Like these soothsayers, these magicians, according to their belief, jinn comes and they tell them information, whether it's right or wrong. So they attributed that, na'udhu billah, to Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala informs them that there is a day and night difference. The Rasul that comes to Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Jibreel alayhi salam, he said, إِنَّهُ لَقَوْلُ رَسُولٍ كَرِيمٍ, is noble. And the thing that you attribute to na'udhu billah Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, that the soothsayers are, who is this? إِنَّهُ شَيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ وَمَا هُوَ بِقَوْلِ شَيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ. That is completely day and night difference. So where are you going? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala informs, it talks about the Risala, and there is day and night difference. In short, what is happening? If you are rejecting it by considering it to be the work of poets, like poetry, or you think it's the work of some soothsayers, then you should remember that you will neither be able to harm Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala nor Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and this attitude will only lead you to your doom. So this is basically happening in the entire surah. Now going to the surah itself. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the hearts that day will plead to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Iltija ila Allah. Ar-Rahman, the entirely merciful. His blessings are for all, the living and the one in the graves. Ar-Rahim, the especially merciful. He has made pleased the special servants of a time when they will be meeting their a'mal. علمت نفسهم ما أحضرت. إذا الشمس كورت, when the sun is wrapped up. So إذا, the first word that has been used, when, this is in future, and then كورت, this is in past. And the ulama talks about this. Like we are talking about Qiyamah now, but like the past is used to give certainty that is definitely happening. Like even in English, yeah, it's a done deal. It's done. That's it. Yeah, meaning it has been done, meaning it's 100% confirmed. Yeah, same thing. When in Arabic language, when past tense is used, is to give certainty, is to give guarantee that it is definitely, because today is not guaranteed and neither tomorrow is guaranteed. Yeah, past is always like it has happened. So same thing. We might be talking about Qiyamah now, but it is 100% certain, even just looking at the verbs of this surah. So it starts with a boom basically. And Kuwirat, like they gave examples, it comes in Tafseer ibn Kathir as well, that you know this turban that we have, yeah, turban, when it's open, like your dad has, yeah, it's not here. He has this long cloth that he puts it around his head, yeah, and it becomes like that. So same thing, Kuwirat, the light that's going out, the heat that is going out from the sun, it will be wrapped up, it will come together, meaning they will be taken away from it. So this is the change that's happening to the sun. So the sun itself will become dark. Just imagine how dark it's going to be. Ayah number 2, وَإِذَا النُّجُومُ كَدَرَتْ, and when the stars are dimmed. So when the source of the heat, or this is, the ulama say, yeah, this even though it's not right according to these current sciences, but they say when the source of it, because the stars do not get energy or light from the sun itself, yeah, but they say this anyway, so we'll say it and they'll just explain it. That when the source of it is gone, then you will be able to see everything as. But they will consider that nujum here might be planets and things like that, or maybe like the moon and things that you can consider, but that is not right. But anyway, the stars are going to be dim. Like this star that you see, yeah, the sun itself, that's a star, and all the other stars that we're not aware of, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make it dim. It will be like binura bashi, khar bashi, yeah? Does that make sense? You hear? Allah use these funny language as well in the middle, so you're awake. Okay, so how is it going to be? They say like the inna zalzalat as-sa'ati shay'un 'azim. This zalzala, the earthquake that's going to come, its effect is not going to be on the earth, but everything that's above as well. So it will affect. So the earth, the situation of the earth has been mentioned in Surah Hajj, and the effect of it will be also in the sky. So it's not the normal earthquake that's happening. وَإِذَا الْجِبَالُ سُيِّرَتْ, and when the mountains are removed, they will become like dust, like we have talked about this, yeah. And these are the strongest and the one which are motionless things that we can imagine. They will become, the gravity will be gone. Everything will be removed. Like there is 180 change in everything that's happening. Yeah. So all these things have been mentioned. There's like 180 change. وَإِذَا الْعِشَارُ عُطِّلَتْ, and when the full-term she-camels are neglected, or when the 10-month pregnant she-camel will be abandoned. So the things which you saw value in, the things which you strove for, the thing which you forgot Allah for, you will completely neglect this when this situation happens. And it always happen, yeah. When the little calamity comes in, what are you worried about? Even in your schools, yeah. When the bell goes off, you leave everything and you need to go out. Yeah, you go your bags and whatever you have, you leave that and you need to go out. Yeah, it's emergency situation. Or earthquake happens, what do you think? You're going to be looking after the pack of money that you have somewhere hidden and you need to find that, or you need to get out before something falls on your head. Yeah, so the situation, this is a small, tiny thing. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminds them and talks to them in their own language. The thing that they consider the most valuable, one is camel, and then she is about to give birth. So this is the most precious time. They used to look after this camel to a different extent. And you can imagine those people who are from villages, when an animal is about to give birth, they are given special privileges. They are given like heated room, yeah? It happens. I know from that place, yeah? They are given special food, special things that are created, yeah? Special dishes, yeah? Does that make sense? They are taken to KFC basically, yeah? So this special thing has been given to these animals. Now they will be neglected, like these mansions or these cars or whatever you have, they will be completely neglected. You're not going to be taking them out from the garages, you'll be going out yourself. Ayah number 5. وَإِذَا الْوُحُوشُ حُشِرَتْ, and when the wild beasts are gathered. So the Ambassador says everything will be gathered, even if they are flies. And they say, like we mentioned already, yeah, we don't need to repeat ourselves. There's 180 change in the mentality of things. The animals which meant to run away from you, they will come to your refuge. And you might be able to understand this situation. Yeah, it's not some far-fetched idea. Like, you know, when there is some sort of noise, like gruz, yeah, in the sky, what they call it, thunders, yeah. When that is, or when there is a bit of quake or like wind that goes, you will see if you have a goat or sheep, they'll come and they will be around your legs. I have seen this, yeah. So it happens. The animals come to you, they play around, and they don't play around, but they kind of come to you, or they look for some sort of comfort. So the same thing will happen, and this will be on a bigger scale. And the ulama say that is because we said these are before the actual ba'ath, before the resurrection. Yeah, so this is the situation of Qiyamah where everything will be destroyed, and that will be it. So the ulama say the animals, hashar, is this, that they will be gathered, and then when they die, that's it. They're not going to be resurrected again. And there is other qawl, yeah, that comes, others saying that no, they will be resurrected, they will be given, yeah, they will be taken the rights of an animal from another, and they will be destroyed. Yeah, so they're not going to Jannah or Jahannam, but they will be given their recompenses basically. But the other ulama who says no, it's not right, they give an ayah from Quran where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَمَا كُنَّا مُعَذِّبِينَ حَتَّى نَبْعَثَ رُسُولًا, that we do not punish a nation till a messenger is being sent in them. So like we can, so they say there is no messenger being sent to the animals and things like that. So their ba'ath, their hashar or their qiyamah is only when they are gathered and then they are cured. They're not going to be given another life. Wallahu alam. We don't know. Or yeah, the thing has been mentioned. Ayah number 6. وَإِذَا الْبِحَارُ سُجِّرَتْ, and when the seas are filled with flames. Again, water, what do? You quench fire with it. Yeah, there's another change, complete change, and this is, it is again no far-fetched idea. Yeah, you can think where the fuel comes from, the petrols and diesels. This is where the source of it. Yeah, and the water itself, the molecule of it, what is it? Okay, so there's hydrogen and oxygen, 2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen. And what are they? They are sources of fire itself. Yeah, they're flammable. So the one who has put it together to make it water, he can remove it and it will become a source of fire. Or other way, what do we have under our feet? Lava, yeah, very hot. I don't know how it is, like too hot. So, like it comes in the Quran, وَإِذَا الْأَرْضُ مُدَّتْ, and when the earth is stretched by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like how a leather is stretched. So when that is stretched, the water will go in the cracks, and like how water is boiled, yeah, when you put it in a pot under the water, same thing will happen and there will be fire and things like that. Wallahu alam. But this is just for those people who don't want to understand, yeah, that it is something possible. So we give these reasons. Otherwise, these are conditions which are not known to us. And the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to do with, He will do it. On us is to believe whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said. Especially when it comes to Qiyamah, when it comes to the conditions of Jahannam, when it comes to condition of Jannah, when it comes to conditions, things which are not for things which we're going to be asked for. Yeah. So the things which are going to be, we're not going to be asked for, like, did you check out how this happened or this thing happened? This we're not going to be asked. Yeah. So these are the capabilities of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and He will do the way He wants to do. Ayah number 7. So from here will be the next stage now. Yeah. وَإِذَا النُّفُوسُ زُوِّجَتْ, and when the souls are paired. So this is now. So this is the second where the hashar is happening. So in here the ulama give various opinions. When the souls are paired, what does that mean? So they say when the soul is given to the body. So this is one pairing. So with the actual body. So this will be paired. This is one. Or another, they translate the same ayah to, and when the people will be arranged in categories. So like it comes in Surah Qiyamah, I think, yeah. وَكُنْتُمْ أَزْوَاجًا ثَلَاثَةً. They will be put in 3 different groups. أَصْحَابُ الْيَمِينَ, أَصْحَابُ الشِّمَالِ, and مُقَرَّبُونَ. So 3 these groups. Or another types of souls. Like the Jews will be put with Jews, Christians will be put with Christians, criminals will be put with criminals, the hypocrites will be put with hypocrites, these whatever sinners will be put with their sinners. Yeah. So they will be put in those categories. Whatever the situation is, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. Ayah number 8. وَإِذَا الْمَوْءُودَةُ سُئِلَتْ, and when the girl buried alive is asked. Now in here is very important. These vicious criminals who did whatever they did, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will change the situation on them. There were those people who could not be confronted in this dunya. Yeah, whether they were the parents or whether they were the societies, whoever they were, they could not be confronted. Whatever they did with their kids, they did. Yeah, like nowadays, because we need to link it with our time. Yeah, whatever they did, they did. Yeah, that's a different situation. It's still happening. Yeah, it's not gone. They value the female to be nothing. It doesn't have much importance in the male. Like I have told you here, of this strange types of people, that they will get another wife for their son if they do not have male children. Yeah, strange. Yes, it's an amazing society. Yeah, they will have another wife if they don't have a son. Yeah. So this happens. It's still there. So they value the men. We'll talk about why they valued the Mushrikeen of Makkah later on. So those people who did not had any say, Allah will empower them. And in that, I think it comes in Tafseer ibn Kathir, that وَسُئِلَتْ is this lady, this girl will now ask the question. Allah is not asking, is this girl will ask. For what crime Was she buried? So this is one way. Or if it's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asking, Allah subhanahu is asking the girl, for what crime were you? Meaning Allah subhanahu does not even speak to this criminal. That's how despicable this person has become. He's not even given any value whatsoever, and there is another witness that has been made against him. So it's, each way you look at it, it becomes severe. And this has come in a different place in Surah Ma'idah, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, أَأَنْتَ قُلْتَ لِلنَّاسِ اتَّخِذُونِي وَأُمِّيَ إِلَهَيْنِ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ, talking to Isa alayhi salam. Did you say to the people, take me and my mother as deities beside Allah? Allah is ignoring the criminals here and speaking to Isa alayhi salam, meaning they are not given any importance. Allah subhanahu does not speak to kuffar. And like this is one type of birth, yeah? And the other one we talked about earlier. What was the other? We go two births, two sorts of births that's happening. Which one are they? One is the animal, the camel, yeah? She's about to give birth, and the other one is this human. And look how much they value. I mean, Allah subhanahu is saying that you will ignore that, meaning you value that much too much. That has too much value in your sight. How much is that valued? And look at this. How much are they valuing this? So this is the messed up mentality that Allah subhanahu is bringing to surface. And by this, yeah, those people who bury their daughters, meaning they destroy their children, it's by this, by they're not giving them the understanding of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They're keeping them away from who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, keeping them away from Quran, and they're putting them in dunya work. They have made sure that they have got them good university, or they have taken them to land where they give them education, worldly education, but they don't have any concern with regards to their akhirah. They are actually dead in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The one who do not understand who Allah is, they are dead. No matter if they are living or they're enjoying their life, but they are dead. So they are killing their children in that fashion by them not knowing who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is. So it's much and it's more relevant to us than maybe at the time. And the next ayah number 9. بِأَيِّ ذَنْبٍ قُتِلَتْ, for what sin she was killed? Meaning, are there even a tiny thing that she deserved to be killed? This little infant that was born and then she was killed. Yeah, so this Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks to them in that fashion. And there are 3 reasons the ulama gives that they did what they did at the time. One was because of poverty. Yeah, the men can earn for themselves. Yeah, they can go and do whatever they need to do, but the females cannot. So and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala even mentioned this in the Quran. وَلَا تَقْتُلُوا أَوْلَادَكُمْ خَشْيَةَ إِمْلَاقٍ, do not kill your children for fear of poverty. So this is one. The other one is the sons are helpers in the war. Because they had lots of war, they were fighting each other, they were raiding each other, thieves and things like that, yeah? So they were helpers while the female were burden, basically. They had to look after them. So some men had to be around the females to make sure they are there. And the third one leads to the problem that if these ladies are snatched away and they are sold or they are degraded or whatever that has been done to them, this will be a big harm to the ghira, yeah? Someone will tell them, why are you fighting me? Why you have this problem with me? Go sort out, bring your own wife, bring your own daughter from those kind of clans, yeah? What's this thing? This Pashto, they call it something, yeah? Ghirat warkawal, yeah? So that thing will happen. What's the when you remind someone, do that thing? Peghor. Yeah, they will give some sort of peghor to me. Or, and other way that you all must have heard, that they do not want their daughter or their sister to be with unknown man, yeah? So that was against their ghaira, even though they were already doing that with someone else's. Another thing, yeah, by this, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asking the question, it relates to the same point. So, ثُمَّ لَتُسْأَلُنَّ يَوْمَئِذٍ عَنِ النَّعِيمِ, you will be asked about every single favor. This was a favor of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on you, these children, whatever they were, male or female, it doesn't matter, whatever they were. How did you show gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with this? So you will be asked question with regards to it as well. وَإِذَا الصُّحُفُ نُشِرَتْ, and when the pages are spread, this is called a suhuf, yeah? So this is a suhuf, your book that will be given to you on Day of Judgment, talking your a'mal, your deeds. And by that there is a very important thing, yeah, that we can derive from this. That the suhuf that Allah sent to you, what suhuf we talking about here? The suhuf that Allah sent to you in this dunya, you should have sorted out your suhuf that you will be getting on Day of Judgment. Does that make sense? So the Quran that has been sent to you should have sorted out your deeds with regards to this when you meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Was it according to the suhuf that Allah sent to you, or was it you made it up with yourself? Then you deal with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on that day. So it's going to be not a happy situation. Ayah number 11. وَإِذَا السَّمَاءُ كُشِطَتْ, and when the sky is stripped away in a different place, فَإِذَا انشَقَّتِ السَّمَاءُ فَكَانَتْ وَرْدَةً كَالدِّهَانِ, and when the heaven is split open and become rose colored like oil. So kashtun, or this one is qasht. This is when a skin is removed and dragged away from like a camel, yeah, so you can see the blood and the thing, the water, things like that. So same thing, the pustake, the asman nabarak regulashi. So same thing, the skin of the sama will be removed. But what did we say here? That this is the conditions of second, yeah, trumpet. So meaning the sama that we think of is removed. So which sama is this? How is this relevant? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Quran, يَوْمَ تُبَدَّلُ الْأَرْضُ غَيْرَ الْأَرْضِ وَالسَّمَاوَاتُ وَبَرَزُوا لِلَّهِ الْوَاحِدِ الْقَهَّارِ. It will be on the day the earth will be replaced by another earth and the heaven as well, and they will come out before Allah, the one the prevailing. So these are something Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hasn't given us an information, and these might not be relevant to the one that we think. And we know the sama in Arabic is this roof over our head. Yeah, everything above us is sama. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best with regards to these ayahs. Some of these ayahs from mutashabihat. On them, it's for us to believe, because these are no criterion for us to bring our a'mal according to something. Yeah, or when it talks about tawheed, when it talks about a'mal, what to do and things like that, these we need to be careful with. These are muhkamat. These are fundamentals of what we need to believe in, yeah, what we need to do with our deeds. However, the other information that Allah gives, some of them are for mutashabihat. On this is our belief only. وَإِذَا الْجَحِيمُ سُعِّرَتْ, ayah number 12. And when the hellfire is set ablaze, okay, we'll have towering, big, huge blazes, yeah. And from this we have already discussed this, like in previously it has come so many times, that the Jahannam is already prepared, it's already ready, it's not going to need any construction, so it's waiting for the criminals. Like how a lion waits for his prey. وَإِذَا الْجَنَّةُ أُزْلِفَتْ, and when the paradise is brought near, same thing is happening with Jannah. It's ready, it's waiting for its inhabitants. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in a different place, وَأُزْلِفَتِ الْجَنَّةُ لِلْمُتَّقِينَ غَيْرَ بَعِيدٍ, and paradise will be brought near to the righteous one, not far, meaning it's not far away. This is only an honor that's been given to the pious, and there's a threat that was given to the criminals in the previous. Now, this is the claim of this portion of the surah. عَلِمَتْ نَفْسٌ مَا أَحْضَرَتْ, a soul will know what it has brought. They say, هَذَا هُوَ الْجَوَابِ, this is the answer. This is called jawab qasam basically. So when that happens, what you are like, each thing is that person is seeing on the day of judgment, all of them that they are seeing, he will remind them that what have I prepared for this. Yeah, like same thing can happen. إِذَا الشَّمْسُ كُوِّرَتْ عَلِمَتْ نَفْسٌ مَا أَحْضَرَتْ, وَإِذَا النُّجُومُ انْكَدَرَتْ عَلِمَتْ. So this ayah can be added to every single thing, every ayah previously. This is this conscious reality of this human being who will realize. Like, you know, when like some sort of quake comes in and you know about to go down, yeah, now you realize what you have prepared for the day. So same thing, yeah, alimat nafsum ma ahad. So this is in more details, but this is talking about a hashr. This is talking about when the deeds are given. I mean, this is a more greater details. The next surah which is coming is this saman fatarat. That's more of, it's called ijmali, yeah. This one is more tafsili. We'll discuss that there inshallah, if Allah gives us the opportunity. Same thing has happened in the previous surah. لِكُلِّ امْرِئٍ مِّنْهُمْ يَوْمَئِذٍ شَأْنُ يُغْنِيهِ, for every man that day will be a matter adequate for him. Or in a different place, يَوْمَ تَجِدُ كُلُّ نَفْسٍ مَّا عَمِلَتْ من خير محضرا وما عملت من سوء تود لو أن بينها وبينه أمدا بعيدا. On the day when every person will be confronted with all the good he has done and all the evil he has done, he will wish that there was a great distance between him and his evil. So whatever you have done, they will be sufficient for you as a recompense. You will be given whatever you have done. Meaning these are, you will be judged according to your deeds basically. فَلَا أُقْسِمُ بِالْخُنَّسِ. Those that run and disappear. So talking about the stars. From here is the next subject that's starting. Yeah, we said two themes. One was Qiyamah. The other one is Risala. Yes, Sanad. Yeah, talking about prophethood. Talking about this Quran. Talking about the chain of this Quran. So it's basically to Quran itself. So now, these three oaths are taken. We will not discuss what they are, but in the next ayah we will mention what they are basically. Alimat فَلَا أُقْسِمُ بِالْخُنَّسِ. So I swear by the retreating stars, or no, indeed I swear by the alternating stars. So this is ayah number 15. Ayah number 16. Oh, these are all the stars, yeah? It's not specific. Like you will be able to find in some of the tafsir, they're talking about these 7 bodies, heavenly bodies in the Sama, like Jupiter and Venus and those things. No, it's not that. It's talking about all the stars. The term is general, it's not specific. Al-Jawari al-Kunnas, those that run and disappear. So these are some properties of these stars that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned. But what are they basically? Why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned these stars? So some of the ulama say, like here, what benefits we take out? Like those people at the time, they look at the stars, or they would look at the stars and they will determine if it's a good stars or bad star, is a good fortune or bad fortune. Yeah, these astrology kind of guys. By this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying these are under the control of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They do not have anything for themselves. They will do what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said for them. They will move, they will change, they will hide, they will do everything as per their cycle, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has specified. And if you look at the God-fearing people, yeah, they use these same stars to come and believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the criminals now and then use these same stars to go away from Allah. Like Ibrahim alayhi salam, yeah, he looked at the stars, he looked at the moon, he looked at the sun. Yeah, وَكَذَلِكَ نُورِي إِبْرَاهِيمَ مَلَكُوتَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ لِيَكُونَ مِنَ الْمُوقِنِينَ. He used those stars against his people. Now look at them, they are disappearing, they are going. So how can you believe them? How can you consider them to be a God and things like that? So they became actually a means of going near Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is the attitude of a Muslim, that they will look at the signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala around them. Signs, the ayats, yeah, the ayats of Quran, and the ayats around you, whether this is your body, whether this is the universe, whether these are the oceans, the mountains, whatever they are, you look at it with glasses or lenses that take you closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, ayah number 17. وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا عَسْعَسْ. And by the night as it closes in, meaning it's about to finish. وَالصُّبْحِ إِذَا تَنَفَّسْ. And by the dawn when it breathes. Yeah, وَالصُّبْحِ إِذَا تَنَفَّسْ. Like something is on your chest, and when that's removed, you breathe. Same thing. This night was on the chest of the time, is being removed, the day breathes in. So same thing is happening. Now, the next ayah. إِنَّهُ لَقَوْلُ رَسُولٍ كَرِيمٍ. That indeed, in brackets I did everything, yeah? That indeed it, the Quran, is a word conveyed by a noble messenger. So first of all, this is called muqsam alayh. This is the thing which the previous things have been taken oath on. Like you said, I take oath on this and this and this and this, and then you say what you meant to say. Yeah? So same thing, all those things has been mentioned. Now this is the main thing that we need to discuss, and we look at it from different angles. Yeah? Stay with me. There's too much in it. And it's very exciting. Come on, don't move around too much. Okay, first of all, it says, إِنَّهُ لَقَوْلٌ. That this is the word, no kalam. Yeah, qawl is something that is the word that's been taken from one place to another. Kalam is your own speech. So first, this has been removed. That this is not the speech of Jibreel alayhi salam personally. This is the word of a different being. Does that make sense? So this is being considered there. And then it says Rasul. Rasul is an ambassador from one place to another. Yeah, they will take information from one place to another. So this is the job of an ambassador. Same thing, Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam is an ambassador to us. He takes the information that came from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to Jibreel alayhi salam, and he conveyed it to us. It is not something from himself. In huwa illa wahyu yuha. When he's presented the Quran, it was only from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he was not saying something from himself when it came to Sharia. Yeah. So the same thing is happening with Jibreel alayhi salam. So the wording that has been explained. Now, what do these things mean? How do we link all those? فَلَا أُقْسِمُ بِالْخُنَّسِ الْجَوَارِ الْكُنَّسِ وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا عَسْعَسَ وَالصُّبْحِ إِذَا تَنَفَّسَ. How do we link? So first of all, we already mentioned that these criminals, they associated that Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam gets information from shaitan, na'udhu billah, and then he tells people, and he does this for his own benefit and so on. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that no, this is not the case. And the day and night, there's day and night difference between what you're saying about Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what he is actually doing. The messenger that is coming to Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam is Jibreel alayhi salam, which has been explained later on. How honorable he is, like 6 different attributes of his has been given. And the one you associate with the soothsayer, the information, even according to your understanding, sometimes is right, sometimes is wrong. While this information that comes to Rasulullah is always right, and it is far above even you yourself can recognize this, but this is just your way of saying things. Yeah, like you must have heard with regards to Inna A'tainaka al-Kawthar. Yeah, they wanted to compete with this as a poetry, and it was sent to someone, Labid or someone, Allah alam, one of the sha'ir, and he came back with that this is ma huwa, that this is not the word of a human being, ma huwa biqawl bashar or something like that. This is not the words of a human being. So they recognized, they knew, yeah, that Rasulullah, like we will be able to discuss this later on, they knew who he was. So they knew internally, but just because, like even later on, فَأَيْنَ تَذْهَبُونَ, this is like a shocking way of speaking to someone. Like you are really amazed at their situation. Where are you going? Like how do you come to this conclusion? How stupid you can become that you associate the Quran with the information of this jinn or this soothsayer. Yeah. So this is basically happening. That the image that is being given is like when the day is blurry or when the day is completely open or is bright. Same thing. The information that those people get is blurry, it has issues in it, and the information that Rasulullah is like a day. And the next way that we can link with is that we can link it with our life currently in this dunya and that which is happening in akhirah. So you will see ayah number 15. So you will live your life in dunya and return to where you belong. Yeah, like how these stars, they do whatever they do and they return to their own scope, their own rotation. Ayah number 16, as the stars show its light and then fade away, similarly you will live life in dunya and then die. Or 17 and 18, when night goes and it had many aspects, yeah, how it starts and so on, yeah, and the day when it comes it has many aspects, yeah, it has different stages. Same thing, your life in this dunya has many aspects, and you will leave this and you will go to a different stage, it has many aspects as well. Yeah, it has the qabr, then it has the hashr, standing in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, accountability, going and through the full sirati and so on. So many things are happening. Then in Jannah there are different stages. It continues. You will give more treasures and blessings and so on. In Jahannam, فَذُوقُوا فَلَن نَزِيدَكُمْ إِلَّا عَذَابًا. The punishment increases. So there are stages, like there are stages that you see in front of your life with these things that Allah has shown you. Same thing is happening in your life and in the life of Akhirah. Another way. Like how these stars retreating, disappearing, running its courses and then setting, same thing is the example of the malaika completing their duties and returning to their posts. Another way, Abdul Salam Rustami, he gives it and he links maybe all these things together basically. So he says, these oaths affirm the truthfulness of Quran and Risala. The stars retreats, run their courses and set. Similarly, these ayahs of Quran comes to the people, they are open to them after they were in the knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So they were hidden from us. Now they have become open. And the example of night going and day taking a breath is the example of these ignorance, these kufr and shirk going, and the light of Quran and Risala coming to this world. So now with this Quran, or the Risala of Rasul, practical life of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you can differentiate everything, like how you can look at something during the day and you will not be confused what that is. If you look at during the night, you might be confused. Maybe is it someone standing there, or is it just a stick standing over there? What it is, yeah, you will get confused. But what this give, even your fitrah, you have it, yeah, so you can still see something in there. But however, it's not clear. With this Quran, everything has become so clear like a daylight. Does that make sense? Okay, so these are the ways that we could have linked, and we did. I hope you have taken some. Okay, going to ayah number 20. ذِي قُوَّةٍ عِندَ ذِي الْعَرْشِ مَكِينٍ. So two attributes of, two qualities of Jibreel alayhi salam has been mentioned. One, that he is an ambassador from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is that he is noble, Kareem. And here is ذِي قُوَّة. He is the one who possessed of power. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given that to him, like what he did with the Qawmi Lut. He changed the land on them, yeah, just the thing was flipped over them. So this is the quwwah, the strength that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to Jibreel alayhi salam. And عند ذي العرش مكين, and with the owner of the throne, secure. So this is the high rank of Jibreel alayhi salam. He is above all the malaika. So Allah has given him power as well as status. So these are the four now done. مُطَاعٍ ثَمَّ أَمِينٍ. Obeyed there and trustworthy. Obeyed there, meaning the malaika, other malaika under his control. Allah has given this to him. So the malaika will do what the Jibreel alayhi salam order them. So they are under him and they are obedient to him and with pleasure. So this is what muta' is basically, yeah. And thamma amin, and above all that, he himself is amin. He himself is trustworthy. Yeah, because this job that's been given to him, that he needs to deliver this highly secure, important document from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam, it is not a small job. Yeah, like nowadays, yeah, these big governments, when they are sending things across, they will not be just sending it with me and you. They will be doing full security checks on them, yeah? They are thoroughly checked. I think they call EDV, yeah? So this is like enhanced development vetting. It takes about 9 months and they are done regularly, yeah? And they check every single thing. So they will go through, no matter what you have done, what kind of friends and buddies that you have, they will go to that extent before you are given some sort of classified information. So this Quran that's coming to Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that the messenger, the ambassador that's been given this, is going to be checked thoroughly. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala informs you, like, you no matter what kind of vetting and things you do, yeah, of a person in this dunya, but at the end of the day, this person can change at any time. Someone offers him lots of money, protection, and whatever information he has, he can just throw it away because he's a human being, he can change. But here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Thamma Amin. Like he gives more emphasis that he himself is trustworthy. So Allah gives like a proof. Allah gives a certificate of his trustworthiness, that he himself is perfectly fine. Does that make sense? Is that understood? And this is the most important quality. وَمَا صَاحِبُكُمْ بِمَجْنُونَ. So this was the first rawi, yeah? The first narrator. Now the second. وَمَا صَاحِبُكُمْ بِمَجْنُونَ. And your companion, ay Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is not mad. So, as we mentioned earlier, yeah, what is bimajnun? We need to understand this two ways. One, majnun, when someone's intellect or rationale or sense of reasoning is being covered or overshadowed by something, this is called majnun in that way. And the other one is when some sort of different entity has taken over, like a jinn has taken over, yeah. So this is meaning he is being overshadowed by this. So this is the two ways. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that he is free from both. Yeah, this is what's happening basically. When, like you see jinn, we call jinn because we do not see it. Yeah, so this is the coming. Or Jannah, yeah, so the earth of it is being hidden by the greenery or the shades of something, yeah. So that's why it's called Jannah, which is hidden. So same thing, his rationales has any issues with, yeah, his brain capacity, and neither any other position, another entity can take over him. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about him that he is totally protected in different places. Inna ibadi laysa laka alayhim sultan. Indeed, my servant, no authority will you have over them. So shaitan cannot possess a pious person. Wallahu ya'asimuka minan nas. And Allah will protect you from the people. And a different place, which is very important. وَاصْبِرْ لِحُكْمِ رَبِّكَ فَإِنَّكَ بِأَعْيُنِنَا. And be patient, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, for the decision of your Lord, for indeed you are in our eyes, meaning you are totally safeguarded. So this is the way of, this is who Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam is. So, and by saying مَا صَاحِبُكُمْ, your companion, it relates to that he was born and bred in front of your eyes for 40 years at least. You have seen him, you have seen his conduct, you have seen how Ameen and trustworthy, yeah, and Sadiq he is. You know him, yeah, he is not some strange guy like we mentioned previously that has come from different lands and looking for some sort of reputation, looking for some sort of wealth, some sort of fame and things like that. You know him thoroughly, you know his conduct. And like in different places, Allah, he will make his own life in them as an evidence against your life with them is an evidence. So they know, yeah, they know who Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam is. So that's why I said, وَمَا صَاحِبُكُمْ. So how can you have like this delusion concerning the ayats of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? There are many things, yeah, but we go, how many? We go 5 minutes? Okay. وَلَقَدْ رَآهُ بِالْأُفُقِ الْمُبِينِ. And he has already seen him, i.e. Jibreel alayhi salam, in the clear horizon. And there are two things, yeah, with regards to when in a hadith, yeah, if you want to narrate someone, there are two. One is called hadith munqati' and the other one is muttasil. When the thing is cut off, meaning you haven't seen someone, for example, I say about this guy, yeah, that I saw your great granddad, and he told me this. So this information that I mean is munqati' because maybe his dad passed away a long time ago, and I am this year old, so this is not possible, yeah. But if I say I saw your dad and he told me this, then I have seen his dad, and it's possible. So this information is muttasil. So same thing, Jibreel alayhi salam has been seen by Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So it is not an idea, it is not some sort of information which can be doubtful. So everything with regards to this Quran is being solid. وَمَا هُوَ عَلَى الْغَيْبِ بِضَنِينٍ. And he is not a withholder of unseen, meaning the information, the Quran that has been given to him, he is not after his own benefits. Yeah, like how the soothsayers will be. They will be looking for, or these magicians, or these palm readers, yeah, they will be for their own benefit. They will give you information and they will trick you in a fashion, yeah, just to get their own, for their own benefit. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam is free from this. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَأَمَّا بِنِعْمَةِ رَبِّكَ فَحَدِّثْ. Like we have, I think we already done this, or might be coming ahead. And proclaim the bounty of your Lord. Yeah, so this is what Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam is doing. Whatever he has been ordered, he is giving it out. He is not withholding anything. Yeah. And I think Qatada says, come Tafseer ibn Kathir, the Quran was unseen and Allah revealed it to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he did not withhold it from the people, rather he announced it, conveyed it, and offered it to everyone who wanted it. So this is who Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam is. وَمَا هُوَ this is actually, if you are really here, yeah, you're pondering over the ayats, because they are saying that this information is not right, yeah. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, maybe he's mashallah is good and this and this and this, but maybe he's confused and maybe he's not taking the right information from right sources, and kind of this kind of the subtle way of denying the qiyamah is, yeah. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is informing them that all these habits that has been presented to you of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, does he really go along these kind of saying that you are saying basically? وَمَا هُوَ بِقَوْلِ شَيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ. And it, the Quran, is not the word of a devil expelled from the heavens or expelled from the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In a different place, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَمَا تَنَزَّلَتْ بِهِ الشَّيَاطِينَ وَمَا يَنْبَغِي لَهُمْ وَمَا يَسْتَطِيعُونَ إِنَّهُمْ عَنِ السَّمْعِ لَمَعْزُولُونَ. So this beautifully explains it. And it is not the shaitan who has brought it down, neither would it suit them, nor they can. Verily they have been removed far from hearing it. فَأَيْنَ تَذْهَبُونَ. So where are you going? So as we said, this is an expression of amazement. Look at all these evidences. Put both situations on a scale. yeah, and then come to conclusion. How far are you? Where are your intellects basically? Oh, and like I think it comes in Urdu, किस हीरे को तुम पत्थर समझकर फेंक रहे हो, yeah, like this. A diamond, you think it's like a stone and you're throwing it away, yeah? Amazing translation. You all there, yeah? Urdu guys. So this is what basically is, yeah? Or like why you hit, like, क्यों अपने पैरों पे कुल्हाड़ी मार रहे हो? There you. You're standing on a branch and you're smashing that same thing with the axe or what they call it. Yeah, so it's just stupidity basically. In huwa illa, now coming to the Quran itself. In huwa illa dhikrun lil alameen. It is not except a reminder to the world. Yeah. So don't get confused that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is calling you to Quran that in na'udhu billah Allah is somehow in need of you, or Quran is somehow in need of you. Whether you take it or do not take it, it's up to you. Quran is universal. Maybe you take it or you do not take it, other people will take it, or whether no one takes it, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is free from this. Yeah, this is a reminder. Whoever wants to take a reminder from it. لمن شاء منكم أن يستقيم, for whoever wills among you to take a right course. So this is the condition. This is the condition for guidance, that you will want it. If you do not want it, it's not going to be force fed to you. Does that make sense? If you are eager and you are ready to take it on, Allah will give it to you from places you do not expect. However, if you do not want it, even if the Quran is in front of you, yeah, you have the free time to come and sit in this halaqah and understand the Quran, but you're still not going to be given. Yeah, you have all the opportunity, everything available to you, but if you do not want it, yeah, even if you're sitting in the class and you're dreaming and thinking about other things, yeah, no one is going to feed you. No, Allah is not going to force feed you. Yeah, does that make sense? It is on you that you need to have this desire. You need to have this thirst for the Quran before it's given to you. So I hope that makes sense. وَمَا تَشَاءُونَ إِلَّا أَن يَشَاءَ اللَّهُ رَبُّ الْعَالَمِينَ. And you do not will except that Allah wills, Lord of the world. There are so many things that we could have talked about in this ayah, but just in quickly, yeah. There are two mashia of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One is called takweeni, the other one is called tashri'i. Takweeni is the capabilities, the qudra of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is already doing. Yeah. That he can do, like he can guide all or he can misguide all. This is in the capacity of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hasn't done this, and this is against his sunnah that he has established in this dunya. And the rain or the creation of the sama and things, these are all takweeni. Everything, the day and the night, the stars are moving and so on, all these are takweeni. They are set that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has established, like the laws of the physics laws, yeah. These are takweeni, mashia of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The things that are happening in its order, yeah. Tashri'i is the sharia that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent. Like, it is from the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that you can go to pub, you can go to club, you can do whatever filth you want to do. If there is no will of Allah, you cannot do that. But Allah has permitted that, yeah? You have the permission to do that. Meaning you have the permission in the mashia of Allah, yeah? The will of Allah. However, is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala happy with that? Is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala appreciate this? No. وَلَا يَرْضَى لِعِبَادِهِ الْكُفْرِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not appreciate and Allah does not love that. Yeah, but you have been given the feet, you have been given the eyes, you have been given whatever you have, you can do whatever you're going to do with it. Yeah, does that make sense? So both are in the capabilities of Allah. However, the free will issue that we have, yeah, that is even so limited. You have been given so tiny, limited free will. Yeah, imagine, can you choose to be born? Yeah, your death, your skin color, the place you were born, to what kind of family you're going to be born, what kind of food you're going to be eating throughout the life, what kind of allergies you're going to have, all those things, yeah? You don't have any control over that. Allah has already said that for you. Yeah, whether you're going to be Pathan or Afghan or whatever, yeah? Yeah, all those things. What languages you're going to be speaking, yeah? Which kind of family you're going to be, whether you're going to come out from rural life, you're going to be, all those are already set for you. Yeah, you might wish to be born in a king's palace, yeah, but you cannot do that. Yeah? So all these are the Mashiach of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the limited that you have, that you can either listen to this Quran, the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants you to live, this limited thing that you have, use it wisely. Use it with cautious. Yeah, before that's been taken away from you as well. Like it's come, ختم الله على قلوبهم وعلى سمعهم وفلا يتدبرون القرآن على قلوب أقفالها, till the stamp is put on the heart. Because of so many sins, because of so many fears, the heart becomes totally black. Even before that, even little free will is taken away from you. Do not misuse it. Does that make sense? Wallahu a'lam. Jazakallah khair for coming. May Allah accept for you. May Allah keep you with Quran. May Allah unite us all in Jannatul Firdaus. جزاك الله خير. بارك الله لي ولكم في القرآن العظيم ونفعني وإياكم بالآيات والذكر